back to my channel. I'm so excited for this video because I love when the weather cools off and it's like casserole and soup season. I love soups, and especially crock-pot meals, which is what today's video is. My kids are so much chiller in the morning, so it's easier for me to like get a meal together in the morning when they're acting like happy and well rested, because in the evening it's just like chaos, I swear, especially with how my days go. The evenings are chaos. So I love crock-pot recipes. These are not all dump and go recipes, but they're all super easy and so delicious. If you try any of these, make sure to tag me on Instagram. My Instagram handle, I'll put it right here. So go follow me on there, tag me on Instagram if you try any of these, because they are so good, so easy, perfect for moms. I will leave links in the description to all of these. There's one that I found on TikTok, so I'll see if I can like link the TikTok, but it's a pretty easy like figure it out yourself recipe. Like I just did it myself with my own measurements. So I'll try and leave a link in the description to all of these so you guys can make them yourselves, but I hope you enjoy. All right, I have my little helper right here, so if you hear her, that's what that is. But this first recipe is so easy. It's one of mine and Garrett's favorites. All you're gonna need is a chuck roast or any type of roast of your choice. I already threw mine in there because it was leaking everywhere. And then you need a packet of au jus gravy, a packet of ranch seasoning. I buy this like by the tub, so I'm just gonna season it on there, but just a packet is all you need. And then some pepperoncinis and some butter. And this is a Mississippi pot roast, and it's, like I said, so easy. Dump and go recipe for sure, but you just throw everything on top of the chuck roast and then cook it. So I'll show you guys that when I throw everything on there. Okay, this is what it looks like when it's all said and done. You literally just slice up the butter and lay it on top of the roast, and then evenly layer some pepperoncinis. I poured a little bit of the juice in the bottom, but not a ton. So I'm just gonna cook this. I have to leave the house today, so I'm gonna cook mine on low for 8 hours, but you could do it on high for 6 if you want to. So easy, which is exactly what I as a mother need and love. You guys, I just started meal number 2. Threw in chicken breast, salt, pepper, and then a bay leaf, parsley, rosemary, thyme, garlic powder. And then I poured in chicken broth, and I did 1 carrot, 1 onion, and then a can of cream of chicken soup. And then I'm just gonna put it on high for 4 hours and let that chicken cook. But I will link the recipe below so you can get exact measurements. Alright, you guys, ignore all the background noise, but this is my life. Okay, I let it cook for like 3-4 hours, and then I just took these 2 forks and shredded the chicken. Okay, next we're just gonna pour in some frozen peas. And then you're gonna take some biscuits. If you're super ambitious, you can make your own, but I'm not, so I just am doing canned biscuits. I'm gonna make him open them though, because I get scared. Okay, just pile them all in on top and then cover it and cook for another hour to 2 hours on high. Alright, you guys, this next meal is potato soup, and this was Garrett's favorite, which is great because this one was also super easy. It does involve more than just, like, ideally I love dump and go where you just stuff it all in crock pot and then you're done. But I don't mind a couple extra steps as long as the majority of it's done. The hardest part of this meal was peeling the potatoes, but that's not even a huge deal. So the other thing that's weird is it calls for 3 to 3.5 pounds, which they come in 5-pound bags. So I did a little more than I think 3.5 pounds, but it turned out just fine. So measure with your heart, because I did not weigh it. But I rinsed them off really quick because I got them all dirty after peeling and then holding them. And then I just diced mine. You can cut them into bigger chunks too. It just depends on how. I was in a little bit of a rush, so I cut them into smaller pieces. hoping that they would soften quicker, which they did, but you can cut them into bigger chunks too. It really doesn't matter. And then I have this wonderful little whiz chop thing. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it dices your onions without you having to get your hands, like, do it yourself. So I chopped up an onion, and then I did 5.5 cups of chicken stock and then 1 cup of evaporated milk, and then I seasoned it with salt and pepper. I actually did garlic powder in the second one too, which was really good. Add a little extra spice in there. And then I just put mine on high for 4 hours, but depending on your day, which is one of the things I love about Crockpots, you could totally do it on like low for 6 hours or whatever. This is me making the thickener, the rux or whatever the heck it's called, but it's a 1/3 cup of butter melted mixed with a 1/3 cup of flour, and then I'm slowly adding in 2 cups of reserved juices from the Crockpot, and it all thickens super quickly, so just add it slowly and it'll thicken up really good, and then once it's done, you can pour it back into the Crockpot. Okay, if you have an immersion blender, you can immersion blend this. However, I do not, so I'm just going to blend it in my regular blender, and I'm just going to slowly like ladle it, blend it, and then pour it in the bowl, and then ladle some more, blend it again, you know. So that's my process, but do whatever works best for you. This is the last super easy Crockpot meal that you're going to be making. This is everything you're going to need. So we have chicken breast. You can also do like chicken tenderloin if you want. But I found this recipe on TikTok, so I can't link it below for you guys. She used tenderloins though, but I'm going to use chicken breast. 1 cup chicken broth, 2 cans of cream of chicken, cheese, 1 pack of this Knorr's, I don't know how to say it, urban butter rice. And then I just bought frozen pepper and onion blend, but you could do like fresh. You can chop up your own peppers and onions too. And then behind that, there's seasonings to season the chicken with, but you can season it with whatever you want. I just have garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Alright, you put everything in there except for the cheese, and I'm going to cook this on low for 8 hours. You could also do high for 4. Either way works. Alright, I just took the lid off, and the chicken is done, so I'm just going to shred it up a little bit. Just using 2 forks. Then it should shred super easy if it's cooked all the way through. And I'm just going to mix it up. It looks like it got a little burnt on the edges. That's fine. Put some cheese on the top. And then I'm going to put the lid back on and just let it sit on warm probably for like 30 more minutes until the cheese is all melted. And then it's done. It's a little crispy on the edges, but it turned out really good. So, 10 out of 10. Super easy. Delicious. My daughter's having a meltdown. Alright you guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. All of these recipes were so good. Garrett's favorite was the potato soup. I actually already ended up remaking it for him because he wanted it again. So I remade that one. And my favorite is the Mississippi pot roast. I don't know why, every time I make that, it's so good. I love it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to tag me on Instagram if you make these yourself. Like this video and subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos, and I will see you in the next one.